When you feel like giving up, remember why you started standing there in the first place. When you want to quit, recall the effort that carried you to where you are now. There are moments in life when exhaustion hits so hard, you just want to stop and let everything go. The road ahead is shrouded in fog, and your legs feel like they can't take another step. But in that very moment, turn around. Look at the trail of footprints behind you, the earth soaked with your sweat, the quiet struggles that pushed you forward, inch by inch, day after day. You didn't reach this place by luck. You earned it through sleepless nights, through disappointments you still rose from, through a will stronger than fear, and through the faith you chose to keep when everything seemed to collapse. Every step you've taken carries a story of perseverance, and no story this beautiful deserves to end just because of one tired moment. When you want to give up, remember the original reason that set you on this journey. That reason once made you strong, and it's still there, waiting for you to call it back. And remember, the effort of your past. Don't let all that hard work become meaningless just because of a fleeting moment of weakness. Sometimes, the only difference between the successful and those who quit is holding on just a little longer. And you who have already come this far deserve to taste the sweet fruit you planted with every ounce of your strength. The best revenge is massive success. Frank Sinatra. In life, we sometimes face sneers, condescending looks, doubts that wound our pride. Some people want to fight back with anger, arguments, or ways that hurt each other. But the truth is, every retaliation like that is meaningless. It only exhausts us more, makes us smaller, and pulls us off our own path. The smartest, strongest, and most beautiful revenge is to turn all that contempt into fuel, to rise so high that those who once doubted you have to look up. Success is the loudest voice, the sharpest answer, the weight no one can deny. When you stand at the peak of glory, you don't need to say a word. Your presence alone is the most powerful statement. Like a seed buried in dark soil, it doesn't argue, doesn't quarrel. It simply breaks open quietly, pushes through hard earth, and blooms into a flower so stunning no one dares look down on it again. People are the same. No need to shout to prove your worth. Just keep moving forward in silence, and one day, the light you radiate will speak for itself. Success doesn't just silence the doubts of others. It also heals every wound inside your heart, because in the end, the greatest victory isn't surpassing others. It's rising above everything that once tried to drag you down. That is true revenge. That is the victory of someone who knows their own worth. For success, your hunger for success must be greater than your fear of failure. Bill Cosby. Everyone can see the sunlit mountaintop, but not everyone dares step onto the rocky path, filled with sharp stones, fierce winds, and deep drops below. Fear of failure is the cold wind blowing against you, trying to push you back, trying to convince you you're not strong enough to climb. But the burning desire for success, the fire deep in your heart, is the flame that moves you forward, step by step, even when your legs are trembling, even when clouds hide the way ahead. The stronger that desire, the smaller the fear becomes. When you truly want something, want it so much, your eyes light up at the thought. Your heart races at its name. Then every obstacle becomes just another test of your will. Successful people aren't those who never fear failure. They're the ones who let desire lead, who let faith overpower worry, and who let effort outshine every doubt. Failure is only a step back to launch forward harder, while the hunger for success is the sail that carries your life's ship through every storm. When that fire burns bright enough, no obstacle can stop you from reaching the heights you dream of. Reading is not as good as reflecting. School is not as good as the school of life. Immanuel Kant. Reading is like standing before a vast treasure of knowledge where every page opens a new world. But if you only flip pages without reflecting, knowledge passes through the mind like wind, across a field, touching, yet leaving no trace. Reflection is the fire that ignites the words, turning knowledge into understanding, theory into lived wisdom. Reflection makes every story, every lesson become part of who you are, deep, mature, and weighty. And the school of life is wider and harsher than any classroom. While school gives you tests first and lessons later, life throws you into real situations and forces you to find the answers yourself. Life is where you learn to spot sincerity among lies, to stand firm in storms, to grow through falls you never saw coming. Those experiences sharpen you, make you resilient, make you kinder. Reading is necessary, but reflection brings light. School gives foundation, but life completes the person. Life becomes deeper and fuller when we combine both. Knowledge from books and wisdom from real collisions with the world. When you understand this, you don't just live smarter, you live with more grace, more strength, and more worth every single day. The past is where you learned your lessons. The future is where you apply them. So never quit halfway. It's not a place to go back and live again, but a quiet, glowing lantern that lights every step ahead like an old, faithful lamp still burning strong. The future is an open field where every seed from past lessons can sprout, grow, and bear fruit. That connection makes our journey never meaningless. The past gives us wisdom, the future gives us chances. That's why you must never stop halfway. Quitting halfway is like holding the key, yet standing before a locked door without turning it one last time. Every hardship is just the final test to see if you truly understood your lessons. Keep walking with a steady heart, because the most beautiful things always wait beyond the moments you refuse to give up. When you dare to keep going, you don't just apply old lessons, you write new, even brighter chapters for your life. Knowledge gives you your human value. Achievement gives you your halo, yet most people only see the halo and never fully grasp the value of the person beneath. Knowledge is the silent foundation, like deep soil, nourishing a mighty tree. It makes no noise, shows no flash, yet quietly supports every height you reach. Achievement is like golden leaves catching sunlight, brilliant, dazzling, instantly drawing every eye. People praise the leaves and forget the enduring life force coming from roots hidden underground. In the same way, there will be moments you shine so brightly everyone looks up, but only the perceptive ones understand that behind the glory lie countless long nights of learning, relentless sharpening of knowledge, and countless times rising after falling. Your true worth isn't in the applause, it's in everything you've built to become the strongest version of yourself. Always cherish knowledge. It creates the depth of who you are, and receive achievement with humility, for it is only the surface of a very long journey. Even if the world only sees the light, never forget your real value lies in the part no one else can touch. Learning is the seed of knowledge. Knowledge is the seed of happiness. Georgian proverb. At first, it may bring no obvious reward. It asks for patience, diligence, and a thirst to discover. But in time, that seed sprouts, rises like a tender green shoot, bringing understanding, broader vision, and strength to break your own limits. When knowledge grows deep enough, it becomes the seed of happiness, not fleeting joy, but lasting happiness, built on understanding yourself, understanding life, and knowing how to create value. A knowledgeable person owns an inner garden full of green, every lesson, a flower, every experience, a sweet fruit. The more you know, the less you worry. The clearer you see, the more peacefully you live. The stronger you stand, the more happiness finds you on its own. Never stop learning. Every book you open is a new door to brighter, better, happier versions of yourself. Learning is not only the path to knowledge, it is the journey of planting happiness at its very root. Sleeping in late wastes the whole day. Wasting your youth without learning wastes your entire life. Each morning is a blank page if you let it slip away. In laziness, the whole day becomes a book skimmed too fast, leaving no meaning. One wasted morning may cost you one day. Wasted youth without learning costs you a lifetime of regret. Youth is the most fertile ground of life, where strength, curiosity, and desire burn brightest. If you don't sow seeds of knowledge there, that soil stays barren, no matter how many years pass. But if you study, sharpen yourself, accumulate bit by bit, youth becomes the solid foundation that carries you through the rest of your life. Someone who doesn't learn while young is like someone who only wants to harvest without ever planting, ending up with nothing but regret. Treasure every morning as the start of a new day, and treasure youth even more as the start of an entire life. Learning is not just to know more. It is to live better, more confident, and to take control of your own future. Losing one day is small. Wasting your youth is what you'll regret forever. Education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. Nelson Mandela: a truly powerful weapon doesn't explode, it awakens. And education is exactly that weapon, quiet, enduring, and profound across generations. When people are educated, they understand themselves, the world, right and wrong. Education opens doors many never knew they could walk through. It turns fear into knowledge, confusion into vision, small dreams into great realities. One well-educated person can change their own life. One well-educated generation can change a nation's fate, and humanity educated rightly can change the entire world. Education is like water nourishing the soil of the soul. Water makes no noise, yet it persists. It shows no flash, yet it nurtures. It makes people kinder, wiser, and able to act rightly. That's why education's power surpasses every other weapon. It doesn't destroy, it creates. It doesn't frighten, it sets people free. The world only truly changes when minds are enlightened, and education is the lamp guiding humanity out of darkness into a brighter future. Remember, you are the captain who decides the fate of your own life, the one who walks your own path. Why wait for someone else to help? Life is a vast ocean, sometimes calm, sometimes stormy, sometimes raging, sometimes beautifully sunny. But no matter how the sea changes, you are always the captain of the ship called yourself. No one can steer for you, and no one can live your life for you. Every decision you make turns the wheel. Every effort is another stroke, bringing you closer to the shore you dream of. Others may give you a map, but they cannot walk the road for you. They may point the direction, but they cannot choose your destination. If you stand still waiting for rescue, your ship will only drift wherever the waves decide. Only when you seize the helm yourself, dare to choose your course, dare to face headwinds and storms, do you truly begin the journey that belongs to you alone. Self-reliance isn't loneliness. It's knowing the greatest strength lies in your own hands and will. When you believe you're strong enough to sail that ship, the ocean is no longer frightening. It becomes the stage where you prove your courage and paint your own horizon. So don't wait. Don't hope someone will come save you. Stand up, grip the wheel firmly, and sail toward the future you deserve. If one day everything feels especially hard, don't lose heart, because that might be the day your greatest harvest arrives. Some days, life feels heavier than usual, like sudden black clouds, relentless wind, and you're holding on with whatever strength remains. Those are the days everything seems against you. Plans crumble, efforts misunderstood, heart quietly scratched. Yet those very days often hide the seeds of turning points, like a farmer bent under sun and wind, enduring cold and sudden rains before seeing the seeds sprout green. People only truly grow after the trials. The greater, the sweeter the fruit, The deeper the pain, the more precious the lesson. And sometimes, the day you almost want to let go is the exact day you take your strongest leap forward. Believe every challenge comes not to break you, but to prepare you for a reward worthier than you imagined. Those who reach success aren't the ones who always walked flat roads, but those who kept going over sharp rocks and steep hills without stopping. When a day feels especially hard, don't see it as failure. See it as proof you're very close to your own harvest season. Those especially difficult days carry their own color, heavier, wearier, challenging you more than usual, like big waves crashing just before the sea calms, or the last strong winds signaling the crop is almost ripe. Don't think the universe is against you. Sometimes it's testing your strength one final time before giving you what you deserve. Hardship doesn't come to discourage it, measures how ready you are. Sweet fruit always appears after the hardest days of tending. Success always arrives right after the moment you almost gave up. Life has a subtle law. When the trial is heaviest, you're only one step away from growth, opportunity, and the results you've longed for. So look at those especially hard days through the eyes of someone about to reap. See exhaustion as proof of progress, pressure as a message you're almost there. Sometimes all you need isn't new strength, just a little more perseverance. And then you'll see. After the storm, your harvest will come brighter, sweeter, and more deserved than you ever dreamed. Stand up when you fall. Fight harder in your darkest moments. Push harder when the pain is unbearable. Return when no one believes you can. And stand tall on the victory podium while others try to pull you down. That is what makes a champion. They are forged in the red fire of failure, in falls so painful others would quit, but not them. Every fall teaches them to rise stronger, like steel made sharper and tougher with every strike of the hammer. When hardship grips them like a storm tearing at hope, they don't retreat, they charge forward even harder. When pain drains them, they turn that very pain into fuel. That strength doesn't come from muscle or talent. It comes from a will that refuses to surrender, from a heart that knows, I wasn't born to stop here. And when the whole world turns away, when no one believes they'll return, they quietly keep walking, quietly proving everyone wrong. That silent effort creates the most thunderous comebacks. Champions don't need cheering. They only need a reason not to quit, until the moment they stand under the spotlight on the victory stage while doubters fall silent. Because the simple truth is, you cannot pull down someone determined to reach the sky. Champions aren't people who never fall. Champions are those who fall countless times, yet still stand up and keep walking, no matter what. If you are born poor, that's not your fault. But if you die poor, that is your fault. Bill Gates. Because where and how you're born is something you never chose, but how you live, how you rise, who you become, that is the true measure of a person. Poverty here isn't just material lack. It's poverty of mindset, of will, of belief in yourself. You can grow up with nothing. Yet if your soul is full of determination and your spirit rich with ambition, that lack becomes a launch pad, not chains. You can't choose your starting line, but you can absolutely choose your finish line. You can't control the wind, but you can always adjust your sails. The world has never lacked people born poor who died rich in every sense. What they share isn't luck. It's tireless perseverance, responsibility for their own life, and the belief they deserve a better version of themselves. And this quote cuts deep, but must be heard. If your life never changes, it's not because you can't. It's because you haven't decided hard enough to leave the old place. No matter how great the talent or knowledge, without passion, the picture of life and career can never be perfect. Talent is the colors. Knowledge is the delicate lines. Experience is the interplay of light and shadow that creates depth. But passion, that is the soul of the entire painting. Without passion, talent stays dormant in the box. Knowledge becomes cold, lifeless strokes. Every natural advantage fades when the heart has no fire to pursue, to believe, to keep going through hard days. The ones who go farthest aren't those with the prettiest starting point, but those whose eyes still burn with passion, who wake up every morning asking, "What can I do better today?" Passion is the energy that lifts you after failure, keeps you walking when exhausted, and keeps hope alive through endless nights. It turns ordinary into extraordinary, turns an ordinary person into their most exceptional self. A beautiful painting needs an artist who breathes soul into every stroke. A beautiful life needs a person who breathes passion into every step. And in the end, this quote reminds us, what matters most isn't what you have, but how fiercely you burn with what you have. Sometimes you face hardship, not because you did something wrong, but because you're on the right path. Hardship isn't always a sign you're mistaken. Often, it's the headwind that blows hardest just when your ship is nearing open waters. The right path is rarely smooth because it leads to places of greater value, farther reach, and lasting worth. When it feels like the whole world is against you, it's not always a warning to turn back. Sometimes, it's the signal you're touching the door of growth, almost there, like a seed cracking open in darkness before seeing light, like a diamond enduring millions of years of pressure to shine cold and priceless. Hardship comes not to make you doubt yourself, but to forge you to test if you truly deserve your dream. Don't turn back when the road gets steep. Those steep parts prove you're climbing, not retreating. Obstacles can't stop you. Hardship can't stop you. Other people can't stop you. The only one who can stop you is you. Boulders may block the path. Strong winds may knock you down. Doubting words may make you hesitate, but all of that is just scenery. It can slow you, but it cannot define you. The only thing that can truly stop you is the weak voice inside saying, "Give up, you're not enough." This quote reminds you, the biggest limits live in your mind, not on the road. Obstacles are sudden rains you can walk through. Pause, but only turning back ends the journey. Hardship is a steep climb that leaves you breathless, but lifts you higher with every step. Other people's words are just echoes along the way. They can't pull you down unless you bend to listen too long. In the end, this quote opens a fierce truth. If you stand with yourself, nothing can stand against you. But if you turn against yourself, nothing can save you. The moment you believe in your own power, you break the chains of limitation and step onto the path reserved for the truly resilient. Good things come to those who believe. Better things come to those who are patient. And the best things come only to those who never give up. Belief is the first seed planted in the soil of tomorrow. Patience is the quiet, daily watering, even when no green appears. Never giving up is the harvest under blazing sun after years of silent labor. This quote is a map for every human journey of growth. Belief helps you start. Patience helps you continue. But never giving up is the power that opens the door to the greatest things. The best things never come quickly. They arrive exactly when you've become strong enough to deserve, receive, and keep them. Like a late blooming flower that, when it finally opens, outshines every other. Those who believe have light in their eyes. Those who are patient have depth in their heart. But those who never give up, they have the power to change their fate. And this quote leaves one sharp, simple truth. Life's very best gifts always wait at the end of the road, reachable only by the steadfast. Build your own dream, or someone else will hire you to build theirs. Farrah Gray. Life is one giant construction site. Each of us holds bricks made of time, sweat, and youth. The question is, will you use them to build your own house, or spend your life building someone else's palace? This isn't just a warning. It's a wake-up call with thunder in it. If you have no goal, you'll become part of someone else's. If you have no dream to chase, you'll be pulled into someone else's machinery. If you don't write your own story, you'll be cast as an extra in someone else's. Your dream may still be small, fragile, unclear, but it's yours, and only you can breathe soul into it. Others can give you a job, a salary, an opportunity, but no one can give you the life you want unless you build it yourself. Imagine standing at a crossroads. One road shines brightly, but belongs to someone else. The other is rough, but it's yours. Only those who choose their own road ever taste true freedom. You were born to create, not to be background. You were born to chase your dream, not to be the backdrop for someone else's. Start even if only with one small brick. Build even if your hands still tremble. Because if you don't stand up for your dream, someone else will stand up and hire you to build theirs.